Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back, finally, to Gran, Terra, Shadowfront. We've been gone for a couple weeks. I'm John, your game master for the evening. I'm joined today by Jack.
Hey everybody, I'm Jack. I'm playing Gent Minar, the half-elf spellslinger.
And Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Titania Valkorian, a Ladrin druid princess.
And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Valdez Stonebeard, the Dwarven Samurai.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Ariel, ASMR gunslinger/rogue.
And Cody.
Hi, I'm Cody. I'm playing Ithram Volar, Hobgoblin War Wizard.
And formerly, the ice statue formerly known as Scuzz, Nikki.
Hi everyone, it's Nikki. So I have a new character ready to go, but in case somebody can heal him, I'm playing Scuzz, your goblin rogue.
All right. And when last we left off, the Steelhearts went into the town of Lakti to attempt to remove it from some sort of undead oppression. Upon entering, discovering that the town was locked off in a massive bit of fog that seemed sort of unnaturally generated, and filled to the brim with undead life. From Titania's investigations outside the fog, they determined most of the life that was once in this village had been changed into an undeath. They came in, fought their way through the town with the aid of the local folk guard, who is a retired soldier that protects the little folk out in the areas where there aren't large presences of the Tyrian guard. And eventually made their way into a crypt where the necromancer had made their lair, fought their way through the crypt, found the necromancer. Ariel unloaded a gun several times into the necromancer's face after it froze solid the majority of the party, which is where we'll be picking up. So as the necromancer hits the ground, and Ariel we're maintaining turn order at the moment because there's still a threat of death. The last person's turn it was Scuzz's, who failed a death saving throw, which makes it Ithram's turn.
And I have no potions.
Also, how do you get a potion inside an ice statue?
Yeah, Scuzz is currently frozen in place.
Oh, okay.
Just to remind everyone too, because it's been a hot minute, I had put up the
Healing Spirit.
Yeah. So that's over by where Ariel was.
Yes.
At least.
Let's see, how far? And you yelled at before, right?
Yeah, I know I had for sure told Gant, who was like in this alcove beside me, I think. If I'm remembering right.
That's where he was when you. That's where he was when you told him that.
Yep.
That's what you were doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Ithram might have heard as well because you're kind of close.
Yeah.
I wasn't being particularly.
And I can't really reach him. I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into here, I guess, and I'll look around and I'll see if there's any magical traps, or see if I can figure out what this giant crystal fuck off thing is?
So in the middle of the room, just beyond the altar where the necromancer had been sort of floating off the ground when you arrived, there is this large spiked wheel on a pillar that is spinning at the moment. And surrounding it as it's spinning is this combination of blue and gold flames that are just sort of swirling in this pillar of fire around it that is still going.
Yeah, can I?
You make an Arcana check.
Okay. 16.
You are. Do you have an inspiration or anything you want to use?
Since we didn't short rest, so I don't have saving face, but I do have one inspiration, so I'll use that.
Go ahead.
So 16.
Yeah, with the 16, you're not you assume this has something to do with the hole in reality that you passed over. You are not certain exactly what it is in relation to that, or how to turn it off.
Was that my action to try to figure out what it was?
Let's say it's a bonus action.
Okay, then I will try to, at 4th level, cast Dispel Magic on it.
Okay.
Just because it looks bad.
So go ahead and roll a d20 plus your intelligence modifier.
All right. That would just be basically an Arcana roll.
Are you not proficient with Arcana?
Oh, wait, no, I am.
Yeah, you're proficient with Arcana.
So
no proficiency bonus, just your
Just an intelligence roll.
9. Holy shit.
You cast Dispel Magic, and you release this counter destructive energy that's designed to deconstruct magical effects. And as the energy flows from your hands into the flames around it, it just gets whipped up with the flames and dissipates.
That wouldn't have dispelled a cantrip.
I used up all my good rolls on counterspelling.
So that's your action and your bonus action. Anything else?
Yep. Nope, that's it.
All right. Bits of ice flake off of Scuzz's form as we move to Gent's turn.
Ent is going to sigh, holster. He just hangs it on his belt because it's just a grip at this point. Pick Scuzz up and try and carry Scuzz through the healing spirit.
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. Boop. 24.
You gotta pick Scuzz up, and you realize that Scuzz is frozen in place, which includes part of the floor.
Oh, fuck nuggets.
So you can try to extricate Scuzz from the floor. Scuzz's feet might not come with him, though. Would you like to continue this course of action?
I'm thinking back to Geist Koenig, who's got, feet.
Yeah, he has
And
one
an
big
arm.
prosthetic
He's
leg
got
and one big
prosthetics.
Yeah. Prosthetics
Right.
exist.
It could
It'll
be
be fine.
it could
It'll
be
be fine.
failed death saves though.
I was going to say, that
is
could just be the
damage.
thing that kills Scuzz.
Oh,
That's definitely damage to cut off body parts.
Yeah, you're right. God damn it.
As a rule, 9. Who knows? Maybe when you are frozen on the molecular level, that doesn't count as damage. But
I mean, well, just think about who your GM is and make a
Right.
decision from
Mhm.
that. Would I allow
I
you
think
to? Would
John
I
would
allow
think
you
it would
to
be-
accidentally kill Scuzz?
yes,
Absolutely you would.
1000%. You would encourage it.
This is hard to forget. Well, actually, yeah, with that level of an intelligence save, he's just going to yell for Titania, and see if he can get Scuzz's mouth open and pour his healing potion down it.
Scuzz's mouth is open. The issue is more the sheet of ice, like sort of sealing the whole issue here.
Hmm.
You could absolutely pour your healing potion over Scuzz. It would not get inside, though.
No, okay. Yeah, if it's not gonna make any. Fuck. Yeah, he really doesn't have anything else he can do other than he's going to try and No. He's going to pull out his hand axe and try and begin chipping away at the ice that has Scuzz frozen to the floor.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go-
right. He's literally trying to ice sculpture Scuzz out from being stuck to the floor so that maybe he can be moved.
Give me a dexterity check.
Just straight dex.
Just straight dex. Because this is no provision.
Sorry, Scuzz, you're coming.
This is not a tool
You're
designed.
coming
for
away
this.
with a few fewer toes, probably. 16.
16.
Could have been worse.
You make you don't damage Scuzz directly, but you are making progress
Okay,
on the
good.
floor. All right. Valdeth.
Being a little worn, but also concerned, Valdeth will remember part of what we were here for, and reach down and pluck the goggles off the necromancer's head.
So, looking down at the necromancer, you notice a couple things. One, the staff that he had been holding has melted away. And where the head of the staff was, there is this golden sphere just sort of laying on the ground. There's also the goggles on its head, and the robes that he's wearing seem tattered, but don't seem to have taken a lot of damage from all the attacks that this person suffered.
We know supposedly part of what the goggles are supposed to be. I don't know what the other two things are yet, so I will just take the goggles off of its head.
And as you reach down, you sort of get a better view, and you can see embedded in the sternum of this necromancer is an oval the color of black you have never seen before. It almost seems like it absorbs light, like it's a flat object, but you can still tell dimensionality to it.
That is probably important, as are all the gear he's carrying. It's probably magic. Got these. Valdeth will just put the goggles on her belt and walk over and just brace to catch Scuzz after Scuzz gets healed and presumably the ice melts.
At initiative 20, the fog that has been permeating the area and that the lantern has been clearing through dissipates. And as it does, you can now far more clearly hear the raucous chorus of bone-rattling and undead moans coming from back up the hallway you had come through, as well as this ethereal wind that shouldn't be happening in an enclosed space. Titania.
Okay, I'm gonna rush out and go towards Scuzz. I can move. Let's see. That was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can move the healing spirit on my bonus action, so I do that. I put it over Scuzz.
Okay. Does it heal when it moves there, or does it heal at the start of Scuzz's turn?
Let me check.
Leave it at the start.
Because that'll be relevant.
Yeah, I know.
You wanted to use your bonus action for something else.
Yeah, healing spirit.
To be clear,
whenever you or a creature you can see moves into the spirit space for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, you can cause.
Yeah, so it would be. So just so you're aware mechanically, it would be on Scuzz's turn after Scuzz rolls their death save when it would heal.
And to be clear, narratively, how close does Scuzz look? How many death saves have been failed?
2.
That's what I figured. Okay.
Okay. In that case, I'll leave that on Ariel, and I am going to, because I am out of spell slots, going to do some ethereal casting.
All right. So you're trying to cast Healing Word, I'm assuming.
Yep. Yeah, because I can't quite reach him. Let me see what the damage is on that. This personnel got 20. Second level.
All right. So you spend 2 hit dice.
Yep.
and you take
Uh,
so you spend 2 hit dice and take 2. You take 2 hit dice plus 2
okay.
bits of damage and a level of exhaustion.
Here, I have to figure out because it's really hard to organize hit dice on the Roll20 or the D&D Beyond ones. You know what? I only have 1 hit dice left, actually, so I think I can only do that once then.
Yeah, you can only do it a
Yep.
first level then.
Yeah, because we got hit bad. So I do a first level.
So 1 hit dice plus 1 worth of damage.
Okay.
So 4. You take 4 points of damage, and you gain a
Oh,
level
no,
of
that is a
exhaustion.
D8 plus 1, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that is? All right,
Yeah,
sweet.
So
All right.
3.
So 3 points of damage.
Cool.
You all watch as Tanya sort of moves in and focuses, and the sort of sunlight-esque nature to Tanya's magic is tinged red in this particular case, as a bit of blood comes out of Titania's nose.
You get 8 hit points, though.
And this bit of divine energy suffuses through Skuz's form. As the golden light hits Skuz, and Skuz, you gain 8 hit points, the ice freezing Skuz just shatters off, and Skuz is no longer frozen.
All right. That was my bonus action.
And with that, we'll be out of initiative for the moment.
Woo. Ow.
Skuz, you're very sore and very cold, but you are alive.
You should get there. I point toward the healing spirit that is still over Ariel.
Gent's going to be looking at the spinny wheel of doom thing and see if he can figure out what even.
So, assuming that you're moving the healing spirit around, Tanya, how many rounds?
Yep.
How many more rounds does it have?
I've got 4 more because I think I only did 1
So
before.
go ahead and everyone that needs to can move through it while you're investigating things.
I think it has a specific number of healing instances. Right?
Yeah, I've got 4 left.
4
I
left?
had
Okay,
5 total.
So who wants one? So who are you assigning those to then as the healer?
Ariel, Skuz, Ithram, and then probably that's everyone, right?
Right, so go ahead and roll those heals for them.
Yeah, and it's at 5th level.
Yeah.
So those are 4d6.
Wow.
Damn.
So that's for Ariel. This one's for Skuz. 17, and Ithram 11.
You got 1 left.
Let's see. Who's worse off, basically?
Skuz still.
Skuz still?
Well, actually, you're worse off than Skuz now. You and Ithram.
Okay. Ithram. I'll give it to Ithram. You have 14 more.
Those were D8s.
Oh, sorry. That was the wrong one. Let me do that
But
again.
none of them rolled higher than a 6, interestingly.
Better!
Better.
17.
Literally doubled his hit points.
Yeah. All right. So, Gent, give me an Arcana roll as you're looking at the device.
I'm very excited for us to take about
22.
5 seconds of break before we see the creature with the many eye stalks floating into the room.
Tanya is the one who's closest to the door. Is going to say, I can still hear things outside.
Oh, you can all, with the fog having faded, you can all hear them.
Yes, so can we, dear.
I've shut the door behind us.
Yeah.
Ariel, fix your gun,
walk
would you?
over and shut the door.
Yes,
Alright.
thank you.
You go and shut the door. It doesn't change the it muffles the sound, but you can still very much hear the.
Yeah, but she will shut the door and lean up against it and just say, "Let's let the Shadowfell keep anything from coming at us for a minute until we deal with this."
Right. And Ariel, I believe that's a good enough roll for you to fix your
Yeah,
gun.
I believe so. I don't remember what the DC is, but
8 plus the misfire value.
So
yeah, I'm fine.
You would have had to break a
Fucking
9.
fine.
Yep.
anything short of breaking it.
Honestly, yeah. If you
I
don't roll a 1, basically you fix it.
Oh no, a 2 also. No, if it's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Because the DC's
yeah,
9.
literally.
Also, still got
as long as I
two-
don't break the thing, I fix it.
You still got 2 what, Sonia?
I've got 2 things of restorative ointment left as well. Wait,
Lovely.
so I've got that jar pulled out, but I'm saving it. It can also, if I don't know what this might do, it can also do like poisons or diseases. Everyone's
So
feeling okay?
with the 22 Arcana, Gent, this device is simultaneously anchoring, is simultaneously piercing through the divine barrier that separates the material plane from the divine realms, and stabilizing the hole that it's made. So look at, you can see there's sort of 2 different magical interactions happening right now. One is basically drilling through that barrier, and the other is sort of solidifying the hole that's left behind. This is definitely the thing that's maintaining that rift to the Shadowfell.
Well, good news. We can get out of here easier if we turn this off. However, I don't know what other effects might ensue if we do.
Oh, good.
Also, I don't think I know quite how to turn it off.
Yeah, no. Even with a 22, no idea how to turn it off. You know what it does.
Even better.
And he'll give the layman's description of this is what is making the hole into the Shadowfell and also maintaining the hole into the Shadowfell so that things don't entirely unravel one direction or the other.
Where do you add exhaustion on the sheet? That's a good question.
On the D&D
Ah,
Beyond character
there it
sheet?
is.
Okay,
Yep, I found it. Never mind. I'm
In
good.
my soul. That's where I add it.
Again, do you know there's a physical piece of equipment that's rotating, right?
Yeah, in the center of the pillar of flame.
Okay. Does that need to rotate for this to work? Do you know what that part does? Because I have never seen anything like this.
You would assume everything that it's doing right now is necessary for whatever it's doing.
Yeah. I think that to actually understand the internal workings of this would require several months' study and possibly 3 or 4, is it? But yes, it needs to keep moving to keep working as it is. Changes to the status quo will probably cascade to the actual effects.
Can you touch it? Scott says, like, can you touch
that-
it?
Gen just kind of reaches out and pushes Scuzz's finger back down to his side. Give it a moment, Buckets.
No. I'm good. I'm fine.
You most certainly not.
I just took a little nap. You're not supposed to take a nap while you're cold, but
You were a
I'm okay.
popsicle for a bit. Come here, I'll
You-
give
you-
you a
you-
hug. And hopefully we'll help you warm up.
You look closer to a Yeti's midnight snack than the other thing.
These guys will step away and take the hug. It's fine.
Question, now that
Because say, Goblin, do not force me to use an ensnaring strike on you.
Ow.
Because I will do it. It won't do enough damage to kill you, but it will hold you in place.
no,
Can we
you
not
just
do the infighting until after we're away from all of the other things that are
This
going
is
to do?
infighting because of care, dear. This is good infighting.
I shoot you in the face out of love.
In the leg!
How that works.
In the leg!
I shoot you in the foot out of love.
I mean, can you touch it?
Enemies get the face, friends get the leg.
I don't know, Scuzz.
Does anyone want to
Because
reach
if
out and
it's
touch
safe
it?
to touch, you can
Nope.
just tie a rope to it.
that actually is a legitimate question, because if something in here needs to move, I can make it stop moving for the next 8 hours at least.
You can try.
Gen will grab a piece of the ice, we'll say, that melted off of Scuzz and just kind of throw it into the spokes. and see what happens.
It vanishes as it hits the pillar of flame.
Yep. Well, the flame seems to be doing flame sort of things.
Weirdly, the
Too
flame
cold
is not
things.
generating any heat.
Okay.
Like, you would expect this flame to be
It-
very warm,
Right.
based on how
Right.
close you are
It
to it.
has effects on physical objects. I assume physical objects of a significant enough presence would have an effect on it.
By putting a bone next to it. Maybe because it's from the Shadowfell.
The necromancer does have 2 arms that are mostly skeletal.
I was going to say.
And while you're over there, it has an orb that might be something used to control this thing or something.
Gent's going to go over and then.
Throw it a bone!
Gent. God damn it, Nikki. Gent's going to go over and basically, more or less, loot the corpse and investigate while Ithram is keeping an eye on this construct thing.
So
That
what
sick
did you
Hot
grab
Topic
anything?
robe.
Did you grab anything other than the goggles, Valdeth?
No, I just grabbed the goggles.
So yeah, you see there is this small golden engraved sphere that's slightly glowing next to it.
All right, grab that.
And black robes that seem relatively untouched for all the combat that happened. And in the
Haul those
center,
off.
in the
Ugh.
center of the sternum, they smell kind of weird, like
Mhm.
death almost.
Yep.
In the center of the sternum, there is this oval, black. Looks like it might be a gem, but it's so black. Again, it seems like it's absorbed. It's Vanta black, basically. It's like it's absorbing
Right.
light.
Oh shit, we killed
A
what's his
sphe-
name?
Is it spherical? Does it
It's
have? Is it
oval.
like faceted? Oval.
Yeah, it's like it looks.
And it seems like it's embedded in
Yes.
the actual body physiology.
Is there any notes or anything on these tables over here?
No, none of the decoration is actually there.
While Valdeth is
Okay.
sort of sitting leaned up against the door, she just kind of pulls the goggles up and looks through them at the orb.
Hang on a second. Let me look at these.
Anything look different?
And Gen's going to do a hand axe autopsy on that that oval black gem.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to extricate it fairly easily, and you pull it out. It fits in your palm. It's about hand size, little less than hand sized, perfectly oval, black gem of some kind.
Are you what we've been looking for?
Make a charisma.
He asks the gem.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Are you what
Yeah.
we've been looking for?
I would like everybody to know that I have a modifier of 0 and no inspiration.
Oh no.
I believe in you.
That's an 8! Yes!
That's not good.
Gent
Ugh.
talks to this. Gent talks to this gem, and nothing happens.
Okay.
And it talks back.
In the pocket, then. And he'll start. He wants to see if this gold orb has any perceivable functions to it.
So even Valdeth, you have dark vision,
Yes.
so you know what dark vision looks like. You put it over your eyes, and it looks like these, like, without a tuning to it, it looks like it adjusts your vision somehow. It's hard to tell because it's not, your vision doesn't change very much.
Yeah.
Not only because you already have dark vision, but also because there's a light source in the room.
Yeah. The goggles, they do something, but I can't tell yet.
Sorry, yeah, you grabbed the sphere, Gent?
Yeah, the gold orb.
The gold orb? Yeah, it's perfectly spherical, has some engraving in it,
Okay.
glowing.
Does
slightly.
it seem to have any particular function, or probably a magic item that requires attunement, or?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, okay. 19.
I mean, it came out of his staff, so it's probably has something to do with casting spells, but you're not 100% certain exactly what. Would probably require some identification or some attunement.
Okay. He'll just bundle those pieces together. And there's the guy doesn't have like a handy journal on him or anything, I assume.
No book at all.
Nothing like that. Yeah, okay.
Is that a book on the map, or is that just the map?
That's
Is
just the
that
map,
not
yeah.
a real thing? Okay.
Yeah, no book at all, which does strike you as slightly odd for a wizard.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's a sorcerer or a warlock. Mm-hmm.
Sure, he has,
Or dyslexic.
he has some sort of tombstone.
Etherin said you could
Pulls out the black oval gem. Are you a tombstone?
Make another charisma check.
Yes.
So
11. We're
concerned.
getting so better at this.
Nothing happens.
No.
Oh, this is going to make
Back
you
in
roll
the
that
pocket.
every time, and nothing's going to happen at all.
Not gonna stop him from trying.
What was that, Titania?
You said you could do something with like stopping something. We think
Yes.
that might break the wheel.
Possibly, but and
Valda,
I'm gonna
Valda,
try to break off like an arm of one of the. Is there any of this pews or anything?
Yeah, like there's furniture and everything in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to break off one of those arms and toss that in there and see what happens with something that's not ice. Does it just like
Instant disintegration.
wonderful?
Scuzz goes over to the dead necromancer and just drags him over to the pillar, and then flops one of his arms into the fire. Does it start?
No.
And then just
We could not
slowly
discuss
slowly pushing him further into the
Can-
fire.
Can we fall? Never mind.
I mean,
We don't have to, but I mean, and not like we can wait.
Permanent destruction is not something we can take back.
Hold on. Scuzz is going to use an ability that he's never gotten to use before because it's a thing that has never gotten to happen yet. Scuzz's eyes go completely white as he casts communicate with the dead. Or speak with the dead.
let me look at the ability real quick.
It's like, not like we can talk to this. Oh, wait. Thump. Wait a minute.
It's never gotten to happen because all the things we've talked to have already been dead for far longer than the spell has allowed for.
Yep. I'm just looking at the ability real quick to see exactly how it works.
I mean, it literally. I can cast a spell speak with that. That's.
It's just casting the spell. There's no caveats or anything.
There is a thing like after I speak with them, I gain.
Connect with the dead. You can speak without using a spell slot or material components. When the spell ends, you gain one random benefit from the revived compatibilities table. If it lasts until you finish a short or long rest. Okay, cool.
Yep. Yeah, I just randomly will get like a small like learn one of their languages, a skill that they have, or something like that.
All right. So yeah, you use your ability, and nothing happens.
Doesn't work on the undead. That's right.
No. That's not
He
the
didn't
reason.
have a soul.
It's not fully dead yet. Ariel, do you have anything like you can sometimes do radiant stuff, right?
Sorry, what?
Radiant magic. That was the only idea I had. I don't have any spells left. But radiant magic works stronger against undead things and the Shadowfell, right? So I was going to try and do Moonbeam, but now I'm out of spells.
Valdez gets up, pulls herself off the door, walks over to the Lich, pulls her Star Metal Greatsword, and just
Can I
jams it into
have
it.
a single line?
Yeah, go for it.
I have nothing that I can do. We are I believe everybody is completely tapped out, so perhaps if we can bar the door so that nothing comes in, we can take some time, get some of our abilities back.
Yeah.
Before we start burning everything and destroying everything.
Valdeth.
Yeah.
Standing
Yes.
at the door before you move while Ariel's talking.
Yeah.
You feel a cold wind penetrate the door.
We've only got so long before things get worse out here. Is there something to bar this door with?
Furniture.
Yes.
Yeah, I will start barring the door.
And also, Ithram has a spell, I think.
Yeah. I can
Yeah, if you want to
literally
make this door not move for a while.
Is it double door or single door?
Double door.
You could put one of the furniture in front of it and make
Yeah.
that unable to move.
Yeah.
So you drag one of the pews in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Set it like diagonally so it takes up the most space
Yep.
Yeah.
and would make it the most awkward if the doors break.
Mhm.
And then I'll cast. He'll pull out a handful of gold dust, sprinkle it across, set his hand on, and then the entire thing just becomes layered in solid gold as it won't move now.
Cool.
Nice.
We will know when it's not working when there's no more gold.
That's useful.
So you're all wanting to take a short rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone roll me perception checks.
Sure.
No.
Oh,
Why is it coming up like
I
that?
have
That's weird.
disadvantage.
I don't know.
They have
And-
updated roll 20 because there's a bunch of other stuff that is different too.
Mm.
23.
Yeah, Beyond 20 appears to have been updated. a bit.
Holy shit! I beat Ariel. I beat Ariel in a perception check.
Because I had to roll a dice, so it came in under a 10.
That's fair.
18 on mine. I have disadvantage right now.
So, Gent, you're the only one that notices this.
Yep.
About 30 minutes into your short rest,
Mm-hmm.
you notice that the edges of the door are fading. Like the wood is beginning to age rapidly from the outside in.
Everyone, I think the Shadowfell is encroaching on our current location a bit more rapidly than would be preferred. Ithram, I realize we're in the middle of a bit of a snooze, but do you have any level of teleportation capacity currently?
I have my circle. It'll take a minute.
All right.
I
Well,
can teleport me and another person.
As can I.
That's not going to solve this at the moment.
No, it's not.
I'm thinking much more of a back home kind of thing.
You all know,
I
you
think
all
our-
see, as it gets to the middle of this, you all see the hinges on the door suddenly rust
Oh, shit.
and then break away as the door falls outward into
It's time to leave.
the Shadowfell, which is much closer than it was previously.
So I feel like this is either a quickly stop this machine and leave, or a leave this machine here and then just
It's
leave.
going to eat the village.
That is a concern. So
I have
we may need to just use whatever we have at our abilities right now to, yes, Ithram, please.
we either leave or I can try one more time to dispel this. It is one or the other.
What about the?
You can't make it stop moving?
I can
That
still
was-
do that, but I have to touch it physically. And as we have
Yeah,
previously
don't-
established,
Not a good idea.
I pull out my gun and I lightning arrow it.
Okay. Do you have
I'm
do you have
assuming
any-
it fails its
do you have any
dexterity
charges left
save.
do you have any charges left
I'm
in your gun?
pretty sure because I
Because
don't
you
think
conjured barrage.
Oh, that's right. I
twice.
used conjure volley. Never mind. Ignore
Yeah.
me. I can't even teleport. Yep. Sorry, it doesn't show the charges unless you click on the gun.
Ah.
Never mind.
Well, if Ithram does that, we still have the handkerchief, right? That's another option.
We have no idea where that's going to lead us to,
No.
but I'm willing to chaos monster this if you all are.
Make an intelligence check, Jack. Or Gint.
Mm-hmm. 12.
You could.
Oh, sorry, that was
you
a
could-
save, not a check.
You
Hang
could
on.
unroll it. Oh, yeah, go ahead and make a check, yeah.
19.
You could unroll the Well of Souls, like, right at the edge of the thing.
And just dump the thing into
See if it'll do anything, yeah.
another dimension.
I mean, NIMBY.
Right?
You can get fairly close to the object itself before you hit the pillar.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
If we're doing something, we're doing it now.
I support the NIMBY option.
All right. Let's see.
Valdeth looking out into the Shadowfell. You see a figure stand up in the distance.
I support the
Like,
NIMBY
right
option
the fuck now.
It's
All right,
this-
we're gonna see. So yeah, Gent's gonna grab the handkerchief and try and well of many worlds this machine into another dimension.
make a dexterity check. Make a dexterity check with proficiency.
Oh, okay.
Damn it, I don't have enhanced ability prepared.
So this is for trying to unravel it in such a way that it'll destabilize the standing that the thing is on.
We're going to add 4 to whatever I roll. Here we go.
10.
Wow.
10.
Oh, God.
God damn it.
So you flick out the well in such a manner that it lays flat, and the edge of it sort of hits just the edge of the foot of this device.
Mhm.
And as the handkerchief, which is not destroyed in the fire,
Yay!
becomes this portal on the ground. As Valdeth, you're watching this massive figure with 2 arms and 2 legs, but they are not in any sort of realistic conjunction with itself. The arms are far too long, the legs are far too narrow to hold up a torso that large. As
I
it
was
just
hoping you meant that they were not in the place where arms and legs normally are. Like one's coming out of the neck and one's like coming off the hip.
as it just unfolds itself against the night sky background of the Shadowfell and seems to turn its attention towards activity and color. And then there's a ding 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 as the pillar of flame just fucking falls because you got attend what you needed to get the 1 foot of it into the hole as it falls into the well, and as it does, there's a and the hallway is normal again.
Can we tell what dimension we just sent a
Can
large...
I stick my head? If I stick my head through, will I
Bomb.
be portaled through,
No.
or can I just see what's on the other side?
You can't see anything from this side, but you can stick pieces of yourself into it without being
I
yanked
stick my
through.
head through to look.
There is nothing but darkness.
All right, I pull my head out. We have sent it either somewhere underground where there's nothing else. No, it wouldn't even be underground because I have dark vision. We sent it somewhere where there is no light that's good enough for me. Let's go.
Jettisoned somewhere into the middle of the actual
Rolling up that well of many worlds.
It's probably in the abyss. I'm certain that we are going to find it later. In the possession of one of our arch enemies. It's fine. Let's go.
Look, we
Arch
fell into my
enemies? None of
lap,
us-
dear.
Arch enemies? None of us have arch enemies. What are you talking about? That would be ridiculous.
Not in this universe.
I look over at you.
I get, yeah, there's just this straight, like, deadpan long stare.
Gent covers his trauma with humor.
Can we still hear undead?
Yeah.
No, you can't hear anything anymore.
All right,
It did it.
I'm sitting my ass back down and I'm finishing this short fucking rest.
Yes, please.
Is there still just a diagonal pew across us?
Oh yeah,
I was gonna
Or
say
did
the
that-
doors
yeah,
are probably still gone.
The
right?
doors are
Yeah.
gone, but the pew is still there.
Yeah,
Gent
Pew
doesn't
ain't
need a
moving.
short rest.
Nope.
He's just staying on watch.
I will
So,
take that short rest.
Everyone but Gent gets the rest of your short rest.
Yeah.
Does takes a nap.
I'm going to use Arcane Recovery.
Did I already take a nap? Oh man.
I get my wild shapes back.
Get my action surge back. Get my second wind back.
I get Saving Face back.
I don't
have
get
any hit dice,
Indomitable
but,
back.
You know.
No, you do not get that back. So there's
It's too many. Sorry.
29 plus 1d8 plus 2. 1d8 plus 2. So
It's
39
better like
back.
that.
Nice.
It's smart to pay attention in the kitchen. That's how you manage to make sure you put creamer in your coffee rather than dish soap.
Did you put dish soap in your coffee, Jack?
I picked it up. I was listening to you guys from the other room and was not paying attention to what my hands were doing.
See what happens?
Title of my sex tape.
I recovered a third and a second level spell slot.
All right.
I should probably roll hit dice too.
Hooray, grit points.
While you're resting, did you want to spend any of that time? Actually, no, you can't do that while you're resting. Never mind.
I'll do that when we go find our chocobos.
Yeah.
I'm already.
They have-
I'm gonna
excited.
identify.
They have a name.
Yep, they do.
I mean, we could just randomly attune to shit, right?
I'm sure that'll go well.
Right.
I think I'm attuned up. Otherwise, I would
suggest
probably be randomly attuning to the goggles.
I can attune to things, but
Hey, Git, what did you find?
A bathrobe and a paperweight.
bathrobe sounds
Two
nice.
paperweights.
Climbs on your shoulders and like looks over. Wait, has no sense of personal space.
It's okay. He doesn't have anything out. It's all been stowed in somewhere.
So yeah, the half an hour passes. Your short rest done. Just in the eerie quietness of this crypt.
I do attune the spine blade to my infinite armory over the course of the short rest.
Okay.
Fine.
And I will unattune the ghost lantern and attune the spine blade as well.
So the ghost lantern goes out.
All right. Here's a question. Do we actually think all of the undead have simply fucked off to wherever undead go when they're no longer wanted? Or are we operating under the assumption that zombies and skeletons and ghasts and whatever else we ran into on the way down here is probably still wandering around back out there?
At least some of them will probably be gone.
There will probably still be at least a small number of undead, the ones that were still relatively fresh or attached, but they'll be leaderless. There won't be any more spontaneously popping up, and probably a lot of them are probably gone.
Yeah.
Tanya?
What I know as a person who can make undead, if this is a thing. Because I don't know.
You've never seen anyone able to make that many undead.
Okay.
So they were definitely utilizing the power of the Shadowfell to maintain control over the undead. With both
Okay.
the power source and the necromancer gone, 50-50 shot.
I want to take a closer look while they're talking about this. I want to take a closer look at the necromancer's body.
Yep.
I am working off a potential supposition that the reason that speak with dead and the like didn't work was because of some kind of phylactery or clone type spell.
Okay.
Can I make an Arcana roll to determine whether that might be the case?
Yes, you can.
Okay. With my +0 to Arcana.
I believe in you.
19!
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Eh?
Now, also make me a religion check.
Okay. Also, I am equally good at religion as I am with Arcana. 13.
So, you're familiar with how Speak with Dead works.
Right.
And you know that typically the soul doesn't actually matter in the casting of Speak with Dead because Speak with Dead does not contact the soul of the entity.
Correct.
So there's
But if they're not dead somehow,
if they are not considered dead by the spell, the husk doesn't reanimate.
right?
So it is possible, based on that there is some sort of clone or phylactery in play. There's no way to physically prove whether or not a person has a phylactery unless you have the phylactery. Unfortunately, there's no sign of it on the body or in the ether, because it's an end point that works as a contingency for death, basically. So like death, the ether goes away, and it looks just like a corpse. With the religion check, you are familiar with certain you're a little bit more familiar with necromancers than most people are in general.
Yeah.
You know that liches can look like anything. They don't have to look like skeletons. Many of them do because aesthetic, but a lich can look perfectly healthy and alive if they so desired. That being said, very few of them go for the half and half, so you're pretty certain this necromancer wasn't a lich.
Mm-hmm.
But it is possible that either there was a clone effect, a phylactery effect, or phylactery in place, or that whatever that thing in its chest was had a contingency on it that sealed the body away from being able to be spoken to upon death.
Okay. All right.
Which there are methods of doing that as well.
Yeah. So she takes a couple minutes leaning over the body while this conversation is going on. Thinks about it, tilts her head, stands up, proceeds to cock the Emperor's whatever the fuck it's called.
The Emperor's Virtue.
Emperor's Virtue, and fires like 4 shots straight into the head just to completely obliterate it.
Well, okay.
Double tap.
Meat
Either
comes
it's
out.
still quadruple tap.
Quadruple tap.
Either
can count that high.
either he's still alive somehow or something, but regardless, his body was useless to us. But it was therapeutic for me.
Therapy is the best medicine, as well as sleep.
All right.
I'm ready to go home now.
As am I. Let's go check on the town.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So you start walking out.
Aldith, are you still carrying the lantern even though you're not attuned to it?
Yeah, I'm still carrying it.
And I'm gonna move you guys to a specific point real quick, just because there's a thing you're gonna see first before you get out.
Okay.
Okay.
So you round the corner, and across the way you see 2 things. One,
Oh.
the space where the initial rift into the Shadowfell is now just a gaping chasm. And across from it, there is a pile of bodies that are no longer animate, but take up basically every square inch of the room that had existed just before
It's
the
just
rift.
a bunch of things that just fell over on top of each other.
They were trying to get to you, and they couldn't because of the rift, so they just died when the Shadowfell went away.
Question.
Gent is suspicious and is going to lob a flask of alchemist fire into the pile.
Question from
Smart
Nikki.
man. Is there still a roof or a ceiling?
Yeah, there is still a ceiling over the chasm.
Okay.
So
Nice.
And I assume no response.
no response.
Well, that confirms one thing. Thank you, Buckets.
Oh, no problem. Scuzz begins climbing up the walls and onto the ceiling. And
Scuzz, not all of us can do that.
I know. I'm gonna at least start clearing up here. And he's just he literally just walks over and then just begins like pushing corpses into the chasm to begin like clearing the way.
There's the
If you
clattering.
push
of
enough
bones.
corpses in, maybe
We'll
it'll
be able to
form an
walk
undead
across.
bridge.
That's the hope.
Valdeth
It's
just
probably
kind
not gonna work.
There's just a clattering of meat and bones as the
just
bodies
watching-
go over the
Yeah,
edge.
Valdeth just stands at the edge and looks down as bodies are tumbling in. Well, I hope none of these villagers cared about the state these bodies were in.
I think
Ariel-
we should. Man, there's so many of them.
Ariel leans over. Do you think he has any idea that this has no chance of working?
Let him
don't-
dream.
I think he's more doing it to make our path across easier. But
Speaking of paths
There is
across,
one unfortunate barrier that makes the rest of it moot.
yeah,
I've got rope. Who else has some?
I have rope.
I have rope as well.
Ooh, this guy climbs back over.
Oh, Gent already is grabbing ropes and doing the exact same thing Scuzz did because he's
Oh, you
got
also-
the
you
cape
have the
that lets
cape.
him do the same thing, right? Yeah.
We got
mhm.
2 ropes. We climb back over. We
All right,
tie
let's
the
see if we
ropes on
can-
the other side.
Yes, exactly. Very good.
To what?
Buckets. That's what Gent's looking around to see if there's anything we can fasten
I
some
imagine
rope
there's
Piles
at
of
least, like-
bodies.
There's at least there's definitely like pillars in this room.
Yeah.
And at least like
statues back the other direction, right?
Yeah.
So
Next
Yes.
question.
you'll need about 70 feet of rope to tie from pillar to statue.
I've got 50 feet
do I.
aligned.
Gent's got
With the
50
effort.
feet.
Okay, so yeah, you got enough
Next-
to start doing it. Jeremy.
Next question. Is there anybody on this side who does not feel comfortable enough with their strength levels to be able to climb, to hold on to rope and shimmy 20 feet across a bottomless pit?
I'm kind of tired. I
Yes.
can hop over there.
We can help,
Fine.
but
You
the con-
squirrel up and grab on. I'll walk you across the ceiling.
Yeah, I can do
into a
that.
bird.
Into a bird and fly.
Yeah.
Turn
Yeah,
into a goldfish and swim across.
A
I'm
giant,
just
a giant fly and buzz across.
so
It
good.
wouldn't fit
No.
in the hallway. It's
There's enough
It's
room
a
on the. There's
large
enough room on
thing.
the pedestal.
okay. All right. I'm not gonna do that though.
Do you want us to make a check for tying rope?
No, you don't need to make a check for time.
Okay.
I will let you accidentally kill your allies by breaking their feet off when they're an ice statue. I don't care about how if the rope slips, it's because it's dramatically interesting, not because you fucked up the knot.
Okay.
But yes, you get the rope, you tie it off, you get everyone across, and eventually you wade through this pile of charred bodies.
I'm gonna start decomposing
fuck.
some of them.
okay. And that sentence was going to go one of two ways, and one of them was going to lead to more yelling. So
On me?
it was either
can't,
I'm going to start decomposing them, or come back.
Scuzz is going to help by
I'm just gonna let everybody look at the breadth of the encounter. You managed to
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
it's like we can set these on fire. And Scuzz will
One fireball, get them all.
I do not have fireball. Scuzz isn't that cool. He has firebolt, so it just goes
You'll get
like
there.
waits for everybody to move forward, and at the last row just firebolt.
You get
Pew.
you get
pew.
everything dealt with.
Heavily
We
decayed-
clean up. We are the cleanup crew too.
Oh, I had a
heavily
thing I
Weird
decomposed
damage
burning
control.
flesh, my favorite.
Yes. Smells real weird. You get out of the crypt, and the ice walls are gone. There are a whole bunch more undead bodies scattered throughout the town. But the fog is gone. You can see some activity over by the inn.
I will
Suppose
start
we should
walking
get
my
back
way.
and check on.
Yeah,
Yes.
go to check on the townsfolk.
Yeah, we're close enough that I could just check in with Mal.
Not
100
quite.
feet?
No, you're not.
Yeah,
You're further away
think
from Mel than that.
Okay.
You get out of the graveyard. There's that door that you slammed shut that's still closed. You get over to as you approach the inn, you see the familiar sight of the folk guard, sort of having shifted the large boulder aside, and people are sort of moving about, staring. Some of them are staring at bodies. Others have rolled up sleeves and are moving them. But in general, they seem to have, you realize the fog lifted before the creatures were dead, so there was probably a lot of excitement around here for a little bit until you managed to shut off the rift. But it doesn't seem like any of the surviving villagers are any worse for the wear. What is
Valdeth walks up to the folk guard and just extends the lantern.
the large one-armed orc reaches down, grabs the lantern, hooks it onto his belt. Well, looks like you all did good.
No applause, please. Just throw money.
The one-armed orc looks at you.
That
Thank
was
you.
a joke.
Thank you for the lantern.
I'm going to use that line someday, Jeremy.
Wouldn't have made
That
it
was-
without the lantern.
Well, I'm glad it could help.
I certainly wouldn't want them to throw money in a D&D setting anyways, because bills are not a thing.
No.
Just getting pelted with gold coins.
And take out an eye with that.
Or worse, electrum coins, which are probably way heavier.
I
Right?
imagine they're pointy. It's the kind where you get the angles.
Yeah, depending
is
on the
that-
coin type, depending on the manufacturer, they might have like sharp edges.
Ninja star coins, just
It's
bam.
just-
I was gonna say, right?
It's just a
So what you're
ninja
saying is
star.
that's what's monks are always throwing around,
Mhm.
which is why they're always poor.
So-
A monk of a god of commerce who just throws sharpened coins.
Karam, that's it. So yeah, Karam thanks you for your assistance. Unfortunately, we don't have much in the way of coin at the moment. We'll have sort of gestures towards the assorted bodies. We didn't exactly have time to collect from our neighbors before they turned into undead.
I wouldn't
That's
worry.
fair.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. This was a job we were given by a Geist of Tiram. We'll probably be compensated by the government.
Absolutely. To be clear, I was joking.
Well, with adventurers, it's always good to clarify.
Well,
Glad we were able
if
to
you'd
help.
like to repay us at all, we'll simply take a good word every once in a while for the Steelhearts. Thank you.
Thinks about it for a minute. Reaches down, grabs the lantern back off his belt, and extends it out. We're going to be moving, so we might find this more useful.
The town's moving. We're going to push it to somewhere else.
There's
Thank
only
you.
there's less than 100 people left.
if you're leaving this place, perhaps follow us for a bit. I had bought something to bring in case of survivors that we do have.
It'll
with
be
our
a
wagon.
week or so before we're able to actually leave. We need to take care of our dead, collect our valuables, and see about
you,
probably
Valdeth says.
moving.
Then I
Takes the lantern back.
We'll
can return later.
we'll probably end up moving either over to Kremos or down to Arunta.
Valdeth takes the lantern and walks over to Titania.
Mm-hmm.
The things I learned this thing can do, you're going to want this. And she hands the lantern to you.
Thanks. I have a lantern.
And this guy's name again is
Folkguard Karam.
Karam.
Keram.
You're moving where, did you say?
We'll either end up heading over towards Kremos along the coast, along the cliff face, or down to Arunta, further into the plains. That'll be up to
Do
you.
I have any idea how far away that
Most
is.
would be closer between the two.
It's about, yeah, Kremos is about the same as Grifftop is from here, right? Or a little bit farther.
There's about a 5-mile difference between Vlakta and no, Grifftop is closer than Kremos.
Okay.
It's probably about a day's journey in either direction, basically.
Okay. And he said, sorry, it'll be up to who?
He said it'll be up to the alderman.
Is the alderman trustworthy?
He served the community for most of his life, yes. That was the elderly elf that you saw.
Oh,
Like the
gotcha.
the elf that looks old for an elf.
Right. I'll put this in his care to get you started, and Gent's gonna give Karam a purse of 100 platinum.
He sort of grabs it and feeling the weight, it feeling a lot lighter than he expected it to be based on the size of it. Looks down at it. My thanks. Pockets it away.
Okay.
Are you going to be staying here at the inn until?
Most likely, though, we have a lot of work ahead of us before we can leave. So
This is where adventurer privilege comes in. We just get to fuck off and leave the cleanup to somebody else.
Yep.
Unless our job is the cleanup.
Right. Well, that's why we're playing Steel Hearts and not damage control.
I want to play the. You guys are just here to
Viscera cleanup detail.
just a
D&D
Viscera
game.
cleanup. Yeah.
That's this everyone's
So they
sidekicks.
stopped. They stopped.
Everybody's skills are things like mending and prestidigitation and shit like that.
that would be amazing.
Well, let's find the birds and figure out where we need to end up next.
Well, I have a crate to bring back to these people before that they purchased. It's
Yes, let's bring them those rations that you got.
those healers kits.
Healer's kits. That was the thing. It was a crate of something that was helpful.
Yeah.
They can be rations if you're desperate enough.
You like to eat linen.
Linen and
Desperate
ointment.
enough.
So, yeah.
It's not hard to find your Valakua. They are large birds. As you take your time heading out away from town back, in the general direction that you had left them, you find the Valakua and your cart and your caravan that you had purchased with them. Several of them are covered in blood, and there are about 15 dead wolves around them, but mostly they're just preening.
I'm so
Good bird.
proud.
Is the one covered
Good
in the
bird.
most blood the white one?
No, the white one is perfectly clean.
It fucking well better be.
But she looks proud.
The white one is completely clean. You get a sense that might have rubbed some of the blood off on one of the other ones.
Excellent work, Vecta.
Scuzz cleans Chowder off with prestidigitation, and it doesn't hurt anymore.
Chowder looks over at Scuzz. Are you still below your max, Scuzz?
No, I took a short rest and I'm at 50 now.
Are any of you still below your max?
Yes.
Nope.
Gent is.
Yes.
The Valakua are very expressive. And so as you're sort of Ariel, as you're sort of looking at Vector sort of gives you an eye like, you're not getting on me if you're that dirty. And then reaches out with the beak and just sort of taps you in the shoulder. And you heal 10 more hit points as you feel a flow of magic coming out of this bird into you.
So much better than horses.
Better.
I was gonna laugh if they cast prestidigitation. Just
That's what I was
all right, finally, somebody can do it.
they do not have.
Finally, we found
Birds.
someone who can cast prestidigitation.
Yeah, they will. So each of the Valakua has an ability called Healing Touch. They can, through physical touch, they can heal 2d8 plus 2 on each 3 times per day.
I love it.
So if any of you need additional healing, the Valakua can provide.
I will
Vector having
take
used one.
my medium-sized crate, load it up on the back of Trajectory, and take that crate to pat him on the neck, load him up, and then just
We should probably put the
tear
names and
ass.
assignments of these chocobo and colorations in the party notes, by the way.
I will
I have
put
it
them
on
in
my-
there.
Oh,
I have mine up.
I know
yeah.
which one is mine. I don't.
I mean, we all know which one's yours.
Feel free to throw them in the party notes. That's your
Will do.
job. Yeah.
I'm marked on D&D Beyond.
Your Valakua gets to the edge of the cliff and just starts walking down it. As you guys watch, they have incredibly strong talons. You are learning now, and they just sort of walk down the steep incline with no problem.
Oh yeah, you described the talon things like as they go over the stones and
Yeah.
stuff, which is why it's cushiony.
Valakua have a climb speed.
They're so cool.
They can't fly, but they can climb, glide, and heal.
This is the best.
And they
in-
have magic resistance.
And they have magic resistance. Yes, they are inherently magical birds. You guys got a really
I
good
love
deal
them.
on them. Because
The guy selling him had no idea.
I had
All
not
right.
I had not statted them out yet when you bought them. So
So we got ourselves some discount fucking awesome Valakua.
Off-brand chocobo.
All right. All right. Everybody's mounts should be in the party notes now.
so yeah, it's from very quickly you get back
Yeah.
to the inn and can drop off the supplies.
Yep.
Um
I will take that off my party sheet. That's 45 pounds he is no longer carrying.
Hey, nice.
drop it down, sort of get a reach up and like sort of stretch your back a little bit. Karam
No.
reach.
No, he gets down. He's smart. He knows to lift safely.
Yeah.
he's
Lift with the
he's a
knees.
wizard. He's not a barbarian.
Lift with the knees. Karam comes over, digs one hand underneath it, lifts it up, puts it on his shoulder.
Hopefully this will help those that are left.
Very much.
Sorry we couldn't return sooner.
No, it's very much appreciated. Sort of looks out at the farm hands that are sort of dragging bodies around. Well, this town's been around for quite a while. But I guess when the next regional map gets updated, it'll be gone.
Perhaps once everything is cleaned, perhaps people will move back.
Maybe.
But safe travels and better fortunes for you all.
You as well. Thanks again for your help.
And you for yours.
He sort of nods and carries the crate off.
Load back up on
The
trajectory.
item, by the way, Titania, to put in your inventory is a ghost lantern.
Sweet.
It can stabilize you if you get knocked out.
Cool. That's good.
It also has a little spirit inside it
Aww.
that was not bound there willingly.
When I get older, I want to become president and
I
bring
have
back
questions.
slavery.
Okay.
That's great. You guys don't know what mine that is. It just sounds really out there.
No, I'm familiar.
Soul lanterns are very useful items. They are not made in happy ways, though.
Maybe it's a bad spirit.
Maybe it
Once
was.
once I tune to it, I have questions. Anyway.
Were you the president that tried to bring back slavery? Is that why you're in here?
I mean, it's like soul gems in Skyrim, you know.
Yeah, kill a bandit, stick it in a lantern.
Right, and
They get to be useful.
all of the souls in your soul gems are bad people because I wouldn't have killed them if they weren't bad people.
Ooh,
Sure.
I just like to.
Yeah, yeah.
I just like to
mage
imagine
hand,
one. I just like to
too.
imagine one particular like group of griffins or like enchanters by trade, and there's like, well, you did a bad ambush, but don't worry, you're going to be very helpful to someone else getting the lantern.
Oh my god.
It's like you're really fucked up, but it's okay. We're giving you a second chance.
all the other Griffin companies are running around. Ooh, minerals. Ooh, herbs. They're like, ooh, bandits. Resources.
So we're kind of sitting there looking back at the town after we found our birds again. Tanya's gonna go. Should we stay here for a bit and help? I can help with everything that they're dealing with down there, and then also they might not want to stay, but if someone else moves here, I can make it. This has not been a good place for probably a little while. I can help with that.
Well, if I might weigh in, love, I think your skills could be very helpful here. I think Valdeth's possibly as well. Scuzz is good at stealing things. Ithram and I are very good at murder and warfare. Ariel is
Also
good
good
at
at
hunting
murder.
down criminals and killing them.
When
I
have
feel
I
like the
stolen
privilege of
anything?
We'll get back to that, Sea Lion. I feel like the privilege of nobility is one of those things we can sort of take advantage of here, in which you throw a large amount of money at them to assuage your conscience and you ride off into the sunset. I've already taken care of the first part.
To put it a better way, Titania, these people will be doing a lot of mundane labor and then moving on, and we've given them some resources to help them sustain themselves.
Yeah.
We've got jobs to do that involve saving the world right now.
We have to find Carolina.
I know. We also have to try and do that.
What
We-
happened?
we
'Cause
have-
then I didn't see.
She was there, and then she like rippled, and then she wasn't there.
We've got things that are very big and not mundane to look into right now.
Yeah. Okay. But what are we? I guess I don't know how to help with that. What are we?
Well, we
doing
start
next.
by getting our asses either back to Taram or back to Grifftop. I'm gonna use my link pearl and let Adam know that we survived and have accomplished the mission.
Good plan.
You send a message out. Get a message back. Well, we're about halfway out. You want to escort back?
That would be nice, actually.
Yeah. I want to say hi to him again.
Start heading our way. We'll meet you in the middle.
Let's start
Okay,
heading
but-
back for Grifftop right now.
Seriously, when did I ever steal anything that wasn't specifically asked to be stolen?
Yeah.
There was a auction that we went to that, well, technically there wasn't stealing, that was more breaking and entering, but I feel like the principle
you-
stands.
And I was asked to do that,
You were definitely not asked to break and enter.
to check on the items.
No,
I
I'm pretty
was.
sure you weren't. I'm pretty sure you did that under your own initiative.
I think Ariel asked me to do that.
So, what did I ask someone to do?
When we went to the auction house, and I was like, should I go and check on the things? And I asked you if that was okay.
That
I
sounds...
did specifically ask permission before doing something.
Yes, that is true.
Well, you were
would-
very good at it, whichever it was.
I just,
The statement wasn't that you were good at doing things that you shouldn't be doing. It was just that you were good at doing things.
this is true.
Good at it.
I feel like I've done more things than steal stuff that I'm much better at.
You
Much
were
better
really
at
good
hiding.
in that fight. Yeah, you're good at hiding.
Quite. Excellent at hiding.
Really good at killing undead things too.
Yeah.
You make an impressive living statue as well.
Oh, sweet.
Don't. Yeah. I don't want that to happen again.
Living? I said living!
Let's keep moving to good stuff.
Ithram
Oh no, I
returns.
think we're moving and talking.
Ithram
Yeah.
returns in the
Yeah, oh
beginning.
yeah, this is definitely the West Wing walking, ride and talk, yeah.
About
Worst case scenario, I can cast haste and definitely catch up.
about
You hit the sprint button on your chocobo and you lean forward and just pew.
Yep.
about
This
8 hours
talk.
later, your caravan, your carriage, meets up with the Ivory Legion, which consists of Adam riding on a massive skeletal warhorse, a kinku with large black wings sort of folded around it like a cloak, riding on a regular horse. What looks to be a set of animate robes with shadow on the inside of it. A large
Did you get here from West Rising?
a large a large marble statue-esque woman, which
Yes.
which
Go
Ariel
on.
instantly recognizes as an ASMR because ASMR recognize each other. Specifically, you recognize her.
Who has better hair?
It depends on what your
Ooh.
qualifications for better hair are.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Ariel's is just sort of like, like sort of Prince style
Mine.
haircut, whereas hers is this bleach white pixie cut.
Mm-hmm.
So both short white hair, but
Oh no.
there is a tiefling.
But you were about to say what they're who they are in ASMR.
Oh yes, sorry. You can tell that they are an ASMR of the name
Haven't heard that, God.
escapes my brain.
I'm going to say Dagoth.
Yes, Dagoth. You can tell they are an ASMR of Dagoth.
I was gonna say.
There is a tiefling with large bat wings. The dragonborn that you met previously, the dragonborn necromancer that you met previously, a pale-skinned elf with blackened eyes, a large blue furbolg that definitely stands out from the rest of them, and then Ultan, the human that had the face wrappings.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are riding normal horses except for Adam, who rides a much larger skeletal warhorse. And you can see
You must have unlocked the DLC.
you can actually see like a skeletal like a skeleton like warrior like hanging on the inside of the skeletal warhorse's ribs, just looking.
Well, that's a bit disconcerting.
A bit.
Who's that? Hey Adam, who's that?
Hey, that is my buddy Reginald. He just helps me out when I'm fighting.
Thank you, Adam, for being back up. That got very close for a bit. We might have needed you to come in and clean up if we didn't make it out.
No worries.
But we did not.
What happened?
We had the whole Shadowfell ripping a hole into that town.
That's terrifying.
It was bad.
We also had to deal with someone who was probably somewhere between a necromancer and a lich.
But it's fine. We handled it.
We demoted him to dead.
Possibly.
That's good. All right, well, we'll give you guys an escort back if you want.
Yay.
Delightful.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Could definitely use that.
They all 9 of them so sort of like fall into an escort formation around you. with Adam sort of riding closer to the carriage than the rest of them.
How do the birds react to skeleton horse?
They are completely unfazed by the skeleton horse. Because Valakua don't give a fuck.
Have you met a goose? Just imagine a goose or a swan. One of
Riding-
those two. Just the energy.
Yeah.
No,
War geese.
War
I would not
geese.
classify these things as evil, and geese are evil.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very true.
They're
They're not
actively
always
evil.
they're not always evil, but you can tell when you run up on a geese, the geese is like
Bitch.
the audacity.
Less goose, more swan.
They are
Okay.
Oh,
It's the same.
Worse.
Just prettier. So you mean Vector.
Yes, exactly.
Vector has
Vector.
Vector has big swan energy.
What's the one that Ariel's writing? Is that Vector?
That's
That's
Vector.
Vector.
Yeah.
That is Vector. Okay, yes. Vector has big swan energy.
legit.
Yeah, they escort you back to Grifftop. You can,
Gent is going to see if he can have Ithram ID the 3 things that he got off the necromancer dude on the way on the ride back.
Yeah.
yeah, you're in a carriage, so you can absolutely take the time to.
I'm gonna turn into a
Identify
sloth and
our
take a
minds.
nap.
Very fair.
Nice.
Good choice. All right, so.
Real quick, Nikki. This is for Nikki's edification because like that kinku.
Mhm.
Are those wings? Its hands, like it, like
No,
when you say
no, it
kinku,
has
it's
it
arm-
has
those are-
distinct hands as separate set of wings.
So those are its. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of that kinku. We can go on. I'm just.
It is a
Yeah.
separate set of wings, yes. That it is currently using as a cloak, basically.
Of course you do. Of course.
Okay, so you identify the 3 items. Which one do you start with?
The Vanta Soul Orb.
Okay. You identify this as a soul gem.
Yeah.
All right.
It currently has about 1,000 gold worth of soul in it, which is to say, it can replace up to 1,000 gold worth of material components for necromancy spells.
Okay.
Mm. Okay.
So
Excuse me.
2 revivifies, or no, 2. 3 revivifies. 3 revivifies.
Hey, that's how much salt it has, but how much jazz does it have?
Very little.
Not a drop.
Not a lot of rhythm either.
No.
Yeah, I dropped it. Didn't even like, bounce into a beat.
Just stays there.
Just studded.
Yeah. So it is about, from what you can tell, the amount of souls that are in it would cover about 1,000 gold worth of necromancy material components.
Okay. The other gem, the other paperweight.
The
Gold
Golden
one.
the
sparkler
golden sphere.
Yeah.
You identify it as a crystalline chronicle. An etched crystal sphere the size of a grapefruit, which hums faintly and pulses with regular flares of inner light. While you are touching the crystal, once you've attuned to it, you can retrieve and store information and spells within the crystal at the same time, at the same rate as reading and writing. It acts as a spell book. You determine that it has a number of spells in it already that you could take the time to translate for yourself. You can't use them even if you attune to it. You can't use them as is, but you can spend the normal amount of required time and money to translate them to your own formulas.
Yeah.
It has detect thoughts, intellect fortress, Rary's telepathic bond, sending, telekinesis, Tash's mind whip, Tensor's floating disc. It also has frost fingers, ice knife, Snillock's snowball swarm, animate dead, sleet storm, ice storm, cone of cold, flash freeze, Wall of Ice, an incomplete 7th level spell that looks like the person was still in the process of crafting that you can't identify, and an 8th level spell called Arcolanthan Ray.
Okay. He just looks at that one after he realizes what it is and what it's got in it. He goes, "I'm going to be busy for a while."
Realize this was the Necromancer's spellbook. It looks
Yeah.
like there were more spells in this, but they sort of self-destructed on his death, and these are just what's left.
Okay.
It's like finding the MacBook of a hacker and then realizing this is much better than my shitty.
Also, so as to the Crystalline Chronicle itself, while you can find it in D&D Beyond. While you're attuned to it, you know the Mage Hand, Mind Sliver, and Message cantrips, even if you don't already know them.
Okay.
It has 3 charges, and it regains 1d3 exposed expended charges daily at dawn. You can use the charges while holding it. If you spend 1 minute studying the information within the crystal, you can expend 1 charge to replace one of your prepared wizard spells with a different spell in the book. And when you cast a wizard spell, you can expend 1 charge to cast the spell without verbal, somatic, or material components of up to 100 gold in value.
Okay, that's cool.
Nice. Just gonna. So this I found is their spell book.
Oh, splendid.
Yes. So if you don't mind, and he starts to motion to put it in his pocket.
That's fine.
So with the spell book,
Absolutely.
the spells that are already in it, it'll cost you half the normal cost to translate them across if you're keeping them in the book.
Okay.
You still have to pay the cost of transcribing spells to put the spells from your old spell book into the new one.
Yeah.
But I think that's also half cost because they're the spells you already know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So a fancy paperweight.
Are you gonna
Quite.
use that now?
Very useful. I think I may.
it's like a tombstone but better.
Yes, it is like this, and he pulls out his tombstone. He goes, "It's like this, but quite a bit more intricate and better." So,
Will that fit in your back pocket, though?
yes.
Perfect.
It's actually way easier. It is only 1 hour and 10 gold for each level of the copied spell to move a spell you know from one spellbook to another.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Half cost for the spells you don't already know to translate them to your own formula, and then that much for the other one. And finally, you identify the goggles.
Yes, and I believe the robes were gathered as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's actually
Got the
there's 4
robes too.
things then. Yeah, the goggles and the
Okay.
robes.
Mhm.
The robes are pull it up real quick. They are the robes of the Frozen Waste. So while
North Face.
while they require attunement by a spellcaster, tattered robes that radiate an unearthly chill that seems to penetrate to the bone. When attuned, the wearer has resistance to cold damage and has an AC of 14 plus Dex.
Ooh.
Nice.
And then the goggles are you have found Danoth's visor in its awakened state. These mithril frame goggles with clear diamond lenses are, from as far as you can tell with the identify spell, seem to be from a different material plane entirely. While wearing the goggles, you can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 60 feet. Additionally, you have advantage on intelligence investigation and wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. Also, in its current state, you can see invisible creatures and objects within 60 feet of you as if they were visible. Invisible creatures and objects within 60 feet of you as if they were visible, and you can see into the ethereal plane. Ethereal creatures and objects appear ghostly and translucent. As a bonus action, you can speak a command word and use the goggles to see into and through solid matter. This vision has a radius of 60 feet and lasts for 1 minute. To you, solid objects within the radius appear transparent. The vision can penetrate 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, or up to 3 feet of wood or dirt. thicker substances block the vision, as does a thin sheet of lead. The property can't be used again until the next dawn. And also, as a bonus action, you can speak a command word to switch the goggles into spyglass mode. While in this mode, creatures and objects viewed through the goggles are magnified to twice their size. Speaking the command word again reverts the goggles to their normal operation.
So stunner shades. Awesome. Excited about that.
These are very
Well,
powerful.
I
as well.
believe you're going to want these, Gent.
I have at least one reason why I feel like I'd benefit from these, but if somebody else has inclinations that direction, I won't demand them.
Valdeth looks around the room, or the inside of the carriage. Anyone else?
I have no way to attune to them because I have all my other stuff.
You ever wanna switch it up?
Human slot, but sorry, what do they do again? I know.
Blah.
You
lot.
can see
No.
invisible things, and yeah,
There,
no, he,
thank you.
And the
That
indirect
that
material.
was what do they do again? Not because I wanted somebody to explain it, but because
Here,
it worked.
here is Link.
Thank
Denos
you.
visor.
Thank you.
advantage on investigation and perception for sight.
It is only
invisible shit.
awakened right now.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
just. I mean, that's
Only.
advantage on investigation perception. That's just icing the cake already for me. So no, I'm good.
Right.
I'm perfectly fine. Thank you.
So yes, with no objections, you're free to take them.
All right. Well, fine. I'll have. I've commissioned something that was sort of meant to be that. Yep, I did commission something back in Taram that was supposed to fill in some of those gaps, but that'll just go to somebody else, and I'll stick with the more powerful but less stylish
What are you
version.
talking about? These are super stylish. They're so stylish.
You look like a nerd. It's
I was gonna say, Gen
adorable.
puts them down over his face, and it's like blink, blink.
I know. I was absolutely imagining like the goggles that like, and they're just like rhinestone studded and also like mirror shaded, and they are gaudy as fuck. And
I mean,
Scuzz
they
is
have
Looks
artwork
like
in the
something that
link.
Daft Punk would wear.
Yes.
I was just picturing the Johnny Depp goggles in Sleepy Hollow.
They look exactly like that if you look at
Yeah.
the artwork on the page.
The right
Yes.
hand, the right hand eye telescopes out and then telescopes back.
Yeah,
in.
they have the little thing that you switch back and forth.
Flip, flip,
to
flip, flip,
change
flip, flip,
styles
flip.
and- 100%.
the wound has been cauterized. Sorry.
Perhaps you would like these robes, though, Titania.
Ooh. Sure.
Not only will you chill them to the bone, but you'll also
So-
look bad to the bone.
They are definitely more like goth aesthetic than what you normally wear, Titania, or whatever that's worth.
Yeah, they got like, well, no. My AC is 13 right now, though. That would bump
Look.
it up too.
I was gonna
Tanya.
say, if you don't want them, I will absolutely take them because mine is 15 and it would go up to 17.
Look, Titania, if
I
Persephone
believe it.
can be the goddess of springtime and the queen of hell, you can also have that same aesthetic.
It's true. It's true.
I believe they.
This guy's just listed a goddess that
the
you have no
ability.
knowledge.
Yeah, I do.
That doesn't.
Oh no,
I
that's
just
Tanya
washes
has no
over me.
knowledge of.
Oh yeah, no, Scuzz did list a goddess that you have no idea about, but he is paying you a compliment.
What was that, Cody?
I believe. Do you know how to cast any spells? Save through your weapon.
Yes, I can cast light.
Then
Don't think
yes,
that
I
makes you a
believe-
spellcaster.
The innate ability of the ASMR to cast light does
Doesn't
not
make me
qualify
not
them
a
as a spellcaster.
spellcaster.
I believe you have to have the spellcasting or like some other similar class trait to be qualified as a spellcaster.
Correct.
I would.
Time to multi-class. All right, here we go.
Again.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, I got.
See, that's
nothing.
why you want. That's why you want to be a thief.
Or if you'd taken like the magic initiate feat or something like that, that would qualify you as a spellcaster.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so
I'll
everyone but
try.
Valdeth and Ariel can attune to them.
I can attune to it, but my AC is solid.
Yeah, that's what I said. Everyone but Valdeth and Ariel can attune to
Oh.
them.
You'd also look really cool in them.
I do
No,
enjoy
legitimately probably be best for you.
Yes. I have
Alright.
I have armor that I can wear, so I'm fine.
As our best and currently only healer, I also think that lantern is very useful for you to keep you alive if anything knocks you out.
Only effective healer.
Yes, you do have the ability to heal people
You hear
very
that?
briefly.
Once.
You hear a
Once.
chorus of birds from outside the carriage.
Are birds or other birds?
Your birds.
Okay, yeah.
And yes, also the birds.
Titania, you can find the ropes of the frozen waste in D&D Beyond.
Okay, I had a question just for me because I think Titania would worry about this. For the ghost lantern, when I attune to it, do I know who the spirit is, or can
No.
I like communicate with them? No. Okay. There's someone trapped in here. That's weird and concerning. I don't know. You can't talk to spirits, can you, Scuzz?
I can try. And his eyes go white again as he looks at the lantern. Hi.
Nothing happens.
Nope.
Okay.
His eyes slowly come back to their little beady red color.
Yeah. Let's see.
If you can't find it, I can add it for you. But
I can find it and just bet it. There it is.
Again, we'll give
attune
Titania
them,
the soul gem as well.
Yeah.
as you attune them,
Yeah.
the sort of the rips and tears in it that were like sort of on the necromancer aesthetically, if you so desire, seal up.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Cool. They're still. What color are they?
Black.
Very goth.
This is
They're still black.
Entirely black.
okay.
Oh wait, I can change the color for at least an hour.
But it's this sort of very it's a very Spartan kind of robe where it's just there's not a whole lot of what's the word I'm thinking of? Embellishment.
Embellishment?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of embellishment. It's a very like thick woolen black robe that weirdly feels slightly cold even though it should be warm.
Scuzz prestidigitates
like
it
silk.
so that it looks like green vines are growing around it.
Thanks. I have a question real quick because I am not sure mechanically. It looks like the barrier tattoo and the robes of the frozen waste are both working. So my AC is 17 now. Is that accurate, or do they not stack that way?
They do not stack that way, no.
Okay.
So you have to turn off one or the other.
Okay. I guess I'll turn off the barrier tattoo.
Yeah.
You had the barrier tattoo.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
unattune from the
that was what was making it 13. Otherwise, it'd be 11.
So yeah, you turn off you unattune from the tattoo and it pulls out of your skin as a needle.
Okay. Anyone need this?
Perhaps.
What's it do?
Yeah, I
It's
forgot one.
let me look at it again. It gives you
An armored AC of 12 plus your dex.
12 plus dex, yeah.
I mean, I don't think that is.
Or on a rest or something.
Hold on, let me check and
Take
see
your
what
armor
I've
off and
got.
sleep.
Yeah, that would not be better than what I'm wearing, other than I would no longer have to be wearing armor. But I would also no
fine.
longer have to be wearing armor and could not be, as you said, when woken up or the like.
Mm-hmm. Do you want it then?
Yeah,
It does
Would
require
it be an
attunement.
improvement for you, Ithrim, or no?
yeah.
No, it's about the same as the armor that I have now. But
Then whoever wants it for ambush purposes can have it then at that point.
Fuck it, why not?
I'll hand it over.
All right.
At
I
that
need
point,
to buy some armor.
It's like we all dump out the magical
Yeah, have
items and
some
we're like,
armor.
yeah, because
he already has
Ithram-
barrier.
What
pressure.
I was, which he had done a tune from because he's got the cloak, he's got the gun, and he's got the goggles now. So
mm,
he needs some armor that doesn't require attunement, which does exist. But
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna no, literally just have some armor. It's not magical armor. I'm not saying it will be useful to you, but
you'll have to get it resized because unlike magical armor, non-magical armor doesn't change its size when you equip it. But
look, Ariel and Gent are roughly the same size. Very svelte, very toned.
See, I am currently attuned to Desert Sandals, Staff of Thunder and Lightning, and my tattoos. Yes.
Yeah.
And I would have had to unattune the Desert Sandals for the Strackler Spine Blade.
there we go.
I am currently attuned to this, and he pulls out the wand of paralysis that he hasn't used.
One day.
Yep.
one day, and now a spellbook.
And
See,
yep.
m-
Oh
most
no, I'm
impor-
attuned to 3 things already.
Most importantly to me, this means that I can tailor my style more because I don't have to wear armor.
Yep.
So, as you all get back to Grifftop with the escort of the Ivory Legion, who, once they're reestablished their tower in the spot where it was previously, you see Adam take this little small statue off of his belt, set it down, say a word, and it grows back up to the tower that was previously there.
That's awesome.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
very.
Yes.
see you later. Give us a holler if you need help for anything.
Thank you for the escort.
All right, you
Thanks.
Adam. Just
Bye.
like a pen pal thing, though.
Yeah. Pen pals.
Pen pal.
And they all file into the tower. And that's where we're going to take a quick break. If you're watching on Twitch, please stay
Hey.
tuned for these commercial messages. We'll be back in just a few minutes. we're back. All right, so now that the Vlakti situation has been resolved, you all eventually return back to Taram, and are congratulated by Koenig, who is concerned about his missing apprentice. There is a reward prepped for you. It is 1,000 gold, which I know to Gent's newly rich mind is a drop in the bucket, but it was an official job, so official pay is it occurs.
Standard guild rate.
Yeah. And you all have a few weeks of downtime while your estate is being constructed. So, what do you want to do, starting with Gent?
Gent's going to pick up his knave's eye patch, which he commissioned and
Yep.
therefore is going to take, even though it's semi-superfluous.
You now have a
He'll
knave's
offer
eye
it
patch,
to.
which is
He'll offer it to Ariel first.
Does it require attunement?
Yes.
That's a problem.
so the knave's eye patch.
However, I was gonna say, yeah, he'll run you down the full description
That's
of what
true.
it does, just in case.
So the knave's eye patch. While wearing this eye patch, you gain the following. It requires attunement. While wearing this eye patch, you gain the following benefits. You have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. If you have the sunlight sensitivity trait, you are unaffected by the trait, and you are immune to magic that allows other creatures to read your thoughts or determine whether you are lying. Creatures can communicate telepathically with you only if you allow it.
Ooh.
Right.
Not being able to wear studded leather armor isn't that important. Who wants a barrier tattoo?
It'll get juggled around. It'll just say you have it in your inventory at the moment. So now, as a note, you're immune to magic that allows other people to read your mind and determine whether or not you're lying. They can still insight check you and determine if you're lying or not. But like, Circle of Truth won't work on you. Things like that. Or Zone of Truth won't work on you. Things like that.
This is Gent's question. While wearing this, can Esme talk to you?
Yes, because it's not telepathic communication.
Okay.
I now have, in addition to a plus 11 on my perception checks, advantage on that
Perma
roll.
advantage if it's sight based.
Yeah,
I'm
What's that
excited
base,
to roll a 1 and a 2.
Right.
Better a 1 and a 2 than just a 1.
Or double ones.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Let's not put that
There's
past
also
me.
that, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, you are. As the communication that Ariel and Esme has is not telepathy.
Right.
It is part of Ariel's consciousness, so you
Sure.
can't block it out.
Question.
Yes.
Do I have to wear it like a traditional eye patch?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
It is.
Eye patches are stylish.
It is, however, one of those 3-band eye patches rather than a normal one. So it's like it like the eye patch covers your left eye and it goes over top and also over and under your ear and connects back in the back.
Gonna say, because if I could just just wear it on my head and turn around so it looks like a headband, that would be
No,
great.
it has to cover your eye for the effects to take place.
Fine.
Because when you cover your eye with it and attune to it, instead of it like blocking the vision of your left eye, it actually now like provides some magnification effects and like you can sort of will it to zoom in and out and like enhance your vision slightly in that eye. That's how it gives you advantage. If you're not
Fair.
wearing it over your eye, it doesn't give you advantage.
Gent will also be frequently keeping an eye out for eavesdropping imps that assume he can't see them, that sort of thing.
You can only see them when you have the goggles on. Like actually
Right. Yeah,
on.
no, he wanders around with the goggles on pretty much all the time because he's fucking paranoid now for good reason.
Over the course of the next few weeks, you see no imps.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I see what's happening here.
Just
Maybe.
closets.
Okay. We'll shoot all of them as well.
Look,
And trying to think if there was anything else he had to do specifically in the Taram area. Oh, he is going to be trying to continually improve the grapple gun, which does not require attunement because it's only mechanical.
Yep.
Oh, and buying himself some fucking armor.
Go give me a Tinker's Tools check with your intelligence to see how you get on for the first week.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Valdeth, what you doing?
Yes. I think I will actually seek out the training yards for someone to retrain into this version of Samurai.
Mhm.
I think it especially because thematically it's very interesting, the idea that Valdeth is moving past the need to cover, like the feeling that they have to cover up their body with their heavy armor.
So you go to the training yards looking for some exercise or some work. And there's a variety of interesting people there working as trainers. The one that catches your eye, though, is this large orc with long black hair sort of hanging down to the middle of his back, wearing this bright red robe that you would describe as a kimono. Just sort of leaning against a wall, one arm hanging out of it, with a leather bracer on his wrist and some bandages wrapping up the arm, just with a long pipe, sort of smoking it, sitting back against the wall, with this absolutely massive fuck off blade just leaning against the shoulder in the wall. Looks over at you as you walk in. You look like you're trying to learn a little bit more about the sword. And
Always am.
this individual introduces himself as Nijuka. And after conversing back and forth, he agrees to retrain you. It'll cost you 500 gold.
Yep.
And it'll be 2 weeks worth of work to get you into the basics, but that will let you flip your class skills. So
Sweet. Conveniently, the only ability that requires me to be using a versatile weapon is the artful combat, which I can deal more damage even if I don't have as wide of a crit range anyway with a great sword. So
yeah, fair. He's using a great sword too. So
yeah.
Ithram, what you doing for the next two weeks?
I'm doing the math for what I'm doing next 2 weeks right now.
All right.
So I'll be right back.
Titania.
She is going to transplant and move all of the. I know it was like destroyed in
the incident.
Various incidences, but the mushroom garden to the basement as it's being built.
Okay.
If I can get transport there and back from Ithram, possibly, I don't know for sure, but I'm basically prepping for that at least.
There's no Ithram doesn't have access to a teleportation circle in Grifftop.
Fair.
So.
Okay. I'm just prepping that then. I guess I'll have to wait until we can get back there because I'm not gonna, I think, waste time going there and back.
It'll take you a while to get. It would take you a while to get there and back, anyways. So, is there anything else you're doing over the next 2 weeks?
So I prepped that. I'm going to attempt to gather and make some more healing potions because we used a bunch of them.
Give me a herbalism kit check with your wisdom.
Okay.
Gent, you succeeded in improving the grappling gun slightly. The thing you're running, you've made it less likely to fail, which is important. You've improved the tensile strength of the rope itself and the grapple head. You're still running into an issue trying to figure out how to make it auto target without magic.
Okay.
John.
Yes.
Do you want me to change the Blood Fury tattoo to the Tasha's Release or keep it in the UA form?
Is it different?
It is different.
Let me look at. Well, after the stream, I'll look at it and we can figure that out. So yeah, you're still running into issues, and you really don't want to make it magical, so you don't have to attune to it. So you're sort of struggling there still, with that aspect of it.
No worries.
So with 21, you find more than enough materials to do your work. So it'll be 25 gold per day, and you can make one regular healing potion per day. If you want to make sizes up, it'll cost more and take longer.
So I'd actually, I think, probably want to be making the restorative ointment again, because that's technically a lot better bang for the buck, I think. Because it's 2d8 plus 2 versus just a single regular healing potion, which is something or other.
So here's the breakdown. For a healing potion, you can make one per day for 25 gold. For a greater healing potion, you can make one per week for 100 gold. The big difference between the healing potion and the ointment is you don't have to make a roll to make the healing potion. You just spend the resources and you're good, one per day.
Okay.
So you can make
gotcha.
If you have enough gold, you can spend 2 weeks making one healing potion per day, or you can spend 2 weeks making 2 restorative ointments.
I'm trying to, because I need to save 1,000 gold in case someone needs to be resurrected. So
is resurrection a necromancy spell?
No, I believe it's actually like conjuration or
sorry,
something weird like that.
Reincarnation is the one.
Reincarnation. Sorry, yeah. Let me check. I don't know off the top of my head.
Resurrection is, but reincarnation might not be.
Reincarnation might be transmutation.
Transmutation.
Transmutation. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you can't use the soul stone for that, but
yeah, no. So I only have.
It would also be cheaper. It'll also be cheaper to make the healing potions than it would.
Yeah, I only have 39 gold then spare, so I guess I'll just make a healing potion.
All right.
And that gives me like a day. I think after that I'm gonna
plan your wedding.
She's avoiding that right now. It's good. We don't need to talk about it.
Engagement's good, planning bad.
No planning, only.
She's going to actually have one day where she just goes let me think. I've got the soul gem, don't I? She's gonna go to the druid circle again and see if the archdruid's there, and if he's not, she's gonna try and make an appointment for later in the week.
You can make an appointment. He's not there at the moment, but you can make an appointment.
Okay.
And we'll probably get into that next week.
Yep. So I do that. She's gonna go to the Temple of Dagoth at some point. And
very nearby the Druid Grove.
Yep. Just sort of like sneak in the back-ish. Hey, thanks. Sorry we messed up your temple a bit back there in Bakta. Thanks that no one died. I hope I don't see you for a while. Bye.
Hope I never see you. Bye.
She doesn't say never. That is not in her book. That's not.
So temples of Dagoth are very, very sparsely decorated.
Yeah.
So the thing that you ended up talking to is this not even large, this sort of statue of Dagoth that is roughly human sized. Most temples have like the big, grand, exquisite statue that's 30 feet tall. Dagoth is just the size of a human. This look like an old man with like stag horns. And as you're thanking the statue, you swear for a second that the statue smiles. But there's nothing you just double take and there's no change.
I shiver and leave, and I am going to proceed to carouse for the rest of the time.
All right, Ariel.
Nothing particularly active on this front, obviously, but she is mostly going to be shaking down sources and looking for more information on her permaquarry.
The Shattered Skull. And
The Shattered Skull.
Specifically,
though, the what's his fucking name?
I wrote it down somewhere. Hang on.
I've got it too. It's Siam-Ion?
Hang on.
Siam-Ion.
Let me find.
Definitely the name.
I spell it for me in chat.
Like the King of Siam with ion added to the end.
Siam-Ion, probably.
I don't know. It's your name.
Simon. It's Simon.
It's Simon.
Yes.
Just all the I's are silent.
Fantasy Simon.
No, it's Simon, but the A is silent.
And one of the I's.
Yes, Simon.
Fucking necromancers. Pretentious fucks. No, it's not Simon. It's Simon, but it's pronounced Simon.
It's Simon.
Shut up, Cinnamon.
Yes, the necromancer Simon.
Cinnamon from now on. But
the
yeah,
necromancer Cinnamon.
I mean, that's what in every Faerun game I ever run, that's what Cinnamon ends up being known as. Because I always get it wrong on the first try, and then to the players, he's always Cinnamon from that point forward.
I'm just gonna Simon is spelled a little weird, but I'm just gonna point to every NPC Jack ever names with a Celtic or Welsh name.
I mean, that's not Jack naming. That's not Jack changing, like adding letters. That's just fucking Welsh. But yeah, no, fair point. I have added a pronunciation guide into my notes.
There you go.
So yes, I am looking for either the Shattered Skull as a whole, or specifically, preferably Simon.
Investigation checks.
I mean, to be fair, I have a habit of inserting Old Norse letters into people's names, even though they just form a regular like word sound. But
and Scuzz, what are you doing?
Scuzz needs to go to the Ezek College and visit Lavisa, because the sneaky fun time cloak definitely got disappeared when he pulled the ruin card. So he needs to go apologize and make up for that. But also he is going to
because it technically wasn't a magic item, was it?
No, it was not. So he needs to go apologize and make up for that. And 2, he is also going to he doesn't have any money. I mean, he probably does have money. I just don't have it on my sheet because, again, the ruin thing, and no one's told me how much money we've gotten from this. We haven't gotten paid yet for the last.
You got 1,000 gold for the last job.
1 second.
We did?
Yeah.
Cool.
1,000 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 166 gold, 6 silver, 6 copper.
Scuzz is then going to use that gold to make how much is it to make Alchemist Fire?
How much does Alchemist Fire cost?
50 gold normally.
25.
25. And
a day's work per vial.
Hang on. Let me make sure that I said that right.
I think acid's the more expensive one, so
it might be acid.
Or it might be the other way around.
No, Alchemist Fire is 50.
Okay.
I was right.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah, I think acid's the more expensive one. Yeah.
Ooh.
So 25 gold. 25 gold in a day's worth of work.
Yeah, a vial of acid is 25 gold. Alchemist Fire is 50.
Okay.
Now I'm.
Sorry, I lost your radiation blanket. You got any acid?
Oh, that's so weird. I try to click on like the acid flask thing, like go to manage equipment and try to click on it, and it just won't.
Huh.
It was glitching. Actually, no. Like an acid vial is only 25 gold
Oh,
pieces.
yeah. So Alchemist Fire is 50, so it'd be 25 to make it.
25 to make the alchemist fire. He also wants to make acid.
For acid, then it'll be 10 gold.
Okay. And he's gonna do all that at the Ezek College.
Yep.
So he's literally just gonna be running between.
So you're spending a couple weeks at the Ezek College, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and also showing off to Lavisa like I can do magic.
It's a day's worth of work for each vial.
Mm-hmm.
So a day's worth of work for alchemist fire and a day's worth for acid. Spend however much of your gold you want to make. So with an 18, Ariel, you learn that there doesn't seem to be any more Shattered Skull activity in Taram proper. There have been reports of a ghost ship sailing the Valkyrie Isles that has what you would determine the Shattered Skull emblem as its figurehead. And there has been signs of a similar ghost ship amongst the Shattered Lands. So there's definitely necromancy on the water, from what you can tell. Was there anything else that
would that be ghost on the water?
Yes.
Fire in the sky.
I finished my math.
Ithram, what are you doing for the next 2 weeks?
So it's only going to take him roughly 10 days to do it, but
so
he's
most
going
of the
to transfer.
2 weeks.
Yeah, most of the 2 weeks. He's going to be spending transferring all of the spells that he knows from his spell book over to the Crystalline Chronicle, and then also changing the ones that are already on there into his formula. That's going to take not the 10 days and almost 2,000 gold. 1,990 gold. So with the few days of free time he has, once he's done with that, he'll try to go look up anything on the I think it was the Great Library is what it was called.
The True Library. The
True Library. And then he's also going to change, just for flavor purposes, he's going to change Mal into an albatross and send him with a message about
also, you can find
talk to the Dark Elves, or when we found out about the Drow from the forest.
Mm-hmm.
When we found out a little bit more about their plans, I don't remember, but he does. He's going to send that information to. So that
you sort of determined that they were expanding. They were intending to expand out into Desolation, which was already known information. You're pretty certain that your Legion already knows that.
Yeah, I sent him, but I thought we found something else about like their timetable for when.
Not in particular. No, you saw them at the auction, and that's where sort of what sparked all this information.
Okay, then yeah, no, then Mal stays a jackal.
2 weeks of downtime, Scuzz.
Then Scuzz will take just a little less than the 2 full weeks to make 5 vials of Alchemist Fire and 5 vials of acid, and that spends up most of his money.
Yep. All right.
I wanted to ask,
Yes.
just because we have, I know I have more gold now. I could do 5 more healing potions.
Sure.
That'd be 125 gold extra. Sweet. Got 6 total.
That
That gets distributed 1 for everyone.
And you all do notice that Valdeth is spending very little time at the company house. You are basically training all day, every day for those 2 weeks, Valdeth.
Yep.
And you are learning ways to wield a sword you didn't think previously possible, ways to manipulate your ether in such a manner as to increase your sword skill exponentially, and also getting your ass kicked by this really fucking beefy orc.
I mean, she expected that.
What are you
If she's
doing?
going in to learn, then she's going to
Party.
get her ass kicked.
There's a party tonight. What are you doing all day?
Training, learning.
The only spells that Ithram doesn't copy are the 6th, 7th, and
Kinda
8th level
flexes for you.
spells.
Yeah, I figured
Uh,
you'd hold off on copying them until
Yeah.
you can use them.
Yeah.
Do you spend any time reading the Manual of Golems
Uh,
now that you can?
yeah. Now that I can, yeah, to get a sense of how long this type of project is gonna take.
Yeah, so you determine it's a Manual of Iron Golems, which
Doesn't hurt now. Anybody looking at him or that sees him when he opens it up, like as he's opening it up, he's doing that like pre-flinch, like getting ready for it, like he's had a bad time with the Jack in a Box or something.
Yeah, it's like, all right, here we go.
Look, we've had several food golems come
Yeah.
out of the
Fair.
food-a-thon thing.
So
You-
Death by 1,000 paper cuts just because
you determine it would take 120 days of solid work,
Okay.
which you would be required for all of them,
Yeah.
and 100,000 gold worth of materials.
2K. So, yeah. Once
There's
he
a
learns,
reason the Minar estate was not heavily populated by these fuckers.
yeah, yeah. So once he figures that out, he'll
You also determine that
everybody know.
the manual has an author, has like sort of an authorial like
Signature.
and also like a forward and a
Mhm.
thing. The author of the book was
This
Very
part he
stoned.
might
the author of the book was Gwithir Minar.
with you. Okay.
Also very stoned.
I mean, how else do you come up with making an entirely magical creature made out of metal? You have to be stoned.
Very true.
At least a
Tanya
little bit.
walks past at that point, just humming.
Blitzed out of her fucking mind.
No.
Is it possible to Gent would be wanting to purchase armor, specifically a breastplate?
Yeah.
Is what he has in mind.
Would you like to get one commissioned, or would you just want to buy one off the rack?
He wants to price check to see what it would cost to get something commissioned and enchanted, if possible.
What kind of enchantment?
+1 or +2 is probably what he might be able to afford, and just in something that's protective that won't require attunement, which I think your basic +1 and +2 armors generally do not.
Yeah, no.
Ithram will want to go with you when you go on that shopping trip.
Okay.
Roll a d100 for me.
Okay. 72.
Nice. So, I think +2 is rare, isn't it? Yeah. I believe +2 armor is rare.
+2 is very rare.
Is it very rare? Okay.
Yeah.
So. So you can you find someone who's willing to commission a +2 breastplate for 20,000 gold.
Check the vault. Okay. He'll go for it.
Which is basically as cheap as you will ever get something like that.
Yep.
What about perhaps a +1 studded leather? I seem to have spent most of my resources on paper and ink.
You're such a college student, Ithram. My God.
There's nothing wrong with that.
+1.
There's nothing wrong with
They're
that
willing
at
to
all.
lower their prices from a +1 from 20,000 to 16,000.
Okay. I will think about it.
And Gent looks at you like, "Are we doing this or not?"
No,
Okay,
it's fine.
All right.
The one thing that I would like
That'll
to
be
do
ready
is just a
for you at
shopping
the
thing.
end of the 2 weeks. Yeah, William.
The
Okay.
one thing that I would like to do is that is not training, is just a shopping thing, is because I'll be using unarmored defense. I would like to find somewhere to sell the dwarven plate that I'm wearing and get braces of defense.
Make a history roll.
9. I have an inspiration. Let's make that again. 20.
You know that this dwarven plate would do you much better shipping it home.
Sending it home as a trophy.
Yeah.
I will do that then. I will still look for braces of defense though.
Yeah, like sending that home as a trophy to your mother will that's recovering a relic of dwarven civilization. Even though it's not your civilization, you know.
According to Everstone, we're the first dwarven civilization.
Exactly,
so...
Everstone's greedy like that and don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Like, as far as Everstone is concerned, every dwarven civilization just came off of them.
Put that bitch on display. Is basically as far as Everstone is concerned.
Yeah, so she will send it back. She will ship it back to Everstone.
Belongs in a museum.
It belongs in a museum. There's somewhere there's a dwarven archaeologist with just a big floppy hat.
Right. His name's Bran Bronzebeard.
Yeah. She'll take one of the nights when she's recovering to write a letter to go with the armor detailing the environment that it was found in and the adventure that led to finding it.
It'll cost shipping something like that. It'll cost you about 100 gold.
Fine,
but you can get it shipped. And as for bracers of defense, those require attunement.
They do.
And are rare. As I do math.
Because you can wear bracers and other armor, and they are.
No, they specifically work with unarmored defense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You wear bracers without armor.
Mm-hmm.
Wearing no armor and using no shield.
Yeah, they're specifically designed to help people who use unarmored defense.
Yeah.
Monks and shit.
Monks and shit.
Monks and spellcasters.
Barbarians.
Yep.
You can find a set of bracers for 10,000 gold.
Sweet.
If you have that much.
I don't think I do.
Hey, Gent, sweetie.
Just burning through that Minar vault.
Hey man,
Look, they burned him.
it ain't.
Therefore,
What's it good for? What else is it good for? Yeah.
Would
right.
Get be willing?
You said
Would Get
10K?
be willing to help if she asked?
Yeah.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
10,000.
10K. Which is the same as 1,000 platinum.
Gent just walks in with a handful of coins, just goes.
Let me do my bookkeeping.
I can delete the dwarven plate off of my inventory.
All right.
Perhaps while we're out armor shopping, any magical flails or great axes on display?
Yeah, a number of them. What are you looking for? Looking for something that you'd have to attune to, or something you wouldn't have to attune to?
Something he wouldn't have to attune to because he's got the Chronicle, the Cloak of Protection, and his bracers right now. So
like just like a +1 or a +2.
Why did that roll? Yeah, something like that.
Let's see. +2 weapon is rare. Plus weapons are less rare than armor is apparently. You can find a +2. You can find a +2 flail or a +2 great axe for 19,000 gold.
Okay, you'll keep that in mind.
As the week comes to a close, and all of you are, getting done with your various activities, and Titania heads off to a meeting with the Archdruid, and as you are getting ready to say goodbye to your house in the next few days, a letter drops into the mailbox from a carrier, rather than the traditional "is it rocket-propelled" letter. Valdeth, you open the mailbox on your way out to train again. Pick it up, look at it. And it's addressed to you from the High King of Everstone. And that's where we're going to end this week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.